This is why I think being balanced is a scam. Let me tell you what I mean by that in the following video. So this is coming from someone who has actually been really preaching this back in the day, that we should be balanced, we should be, regulating and all of that. While I still agree to some point, I came to the conclusion that being balanced in today's world is a scam. We are living in a day and age where everything is becoming so easy, so accessible, so comfortable. Comfort is something that has been holding us back from actually progressing as human beings, as our evolution. And, you know, anytime that I find myself too comfortable, I kind of lose this spark, this inner fire, this soul desire that I have inside of me. And while I'm not saying that we should be suffering, that's the only way to achieve our dreams, but to some extent, we need to be obsessed with what we want and to achieve it, right? Because nothing is going to be actually achieved by balance, right? I feel like this is something that we have been scammed so much when it comes to our life, when it comes to our goals, when it comes to achieving anything in our life. Just look at the people, for example, athletes, right? Do you think that they practice balance in their training, in their days, in the way that they are doing things, in the way that they are building their life and having their, towards building anything towards the competition or anything that they are going to participate in? Do you think that they have such thing as balance in their life? I don't think so. And these are the people who actually achieve greatness, okay? So if you want to achieve greatness in your life, you cannot be preaching and following this scam of balance, because I'm not saying that we should push ourselves towards burnout. This is a different thing. But if you have this goal, if you have this desire, if you have this fire inside of you and you follow it, you will find that your days are more or less not balanced, okay? Your days will be flowing, and sometimes the fire will be so loud that you will not be able to put attention or energy or anything to anything else than your mission, right? So these are ebbs and flows in life. All right, so we can agree on that, but there is hardly anything such as balance. If you want a balanced life, then you will have to settle for mediocrity. And if that's your goal, if that's what you're happy with, then okay, no problem. Of course, you can do that. But I'm speaking to the people who are on my channel, and the people who are on my channel, I know that they have a burning desire to achieve something. They have burning desire to do something with their life, and they are here to make changes. And if this is you, then you will have to drop this scam and this lie of having balanced life, at least for some time, okay? There will be a period of time where there will be nothing but balance, like balance, even just like drop it out of your vocabulary, because balance is the last thing that you want to follow if you really want to be in the peak performance, whatever it is for you, whether you are entrepreneur, whether you're athlete, whether you're innovator. There will be periods of time that will require everything from you plus more, okay? And in these days, in these months, in this period of time, balance flies out of the window, okay? And this is coming from someone who is working as a hypnotherapist and who is helping people to deal with their trauma and deal with their limiting beliefs and all of that. But let me tell you, my life, when I'm building this, when I was building my business, when I was building all of this, there were periods of time where my life was anything but balanced, okay? If you have this obsession in you, you have to follow it. You owe it to yourself, because what happens if you don't? You will live in regret. You will look back in your life 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and you will be thinking, damn, why didn't I go for it? Why did I follow this trap of balance and, everything in routine and everything as society was telling me to do, instead of following fiercely and passionately the fire that is inside of me and see what comes out of it. And, even if nothing comes out of it, you will feel this deep fulfillment because you are honoring your soul, you're honoring your truth, you're following through. And let me tell you, even if it doesn't work out, I believe that this universe works in a ways that it will guide you and lead you towards something that you are supposed to do, because you cannot never go wrong when you are following your own truth. Okay, you can only go wrong when you're following someone else's advice, which doesn't sit well with you, when you're following the guidelines of society, which doesn't sit well with you. So if you are this kind of person that you have this, and you are on this channel, I'm 100% sure you do. You have this and you know that, and you are trying to, like juggle between, yeah, I really want to do this thing, but also balance, and also society is telling me this, and I should be like, I should be happy with what I have, and I should be grateful with what I have. Absolutely, you should be happy and grateful with what you have. I'm not saying don't be, but if you want to achieve your dream, your goal, your vision, you have it. You know what I'm talking about. It is dropping in your mind right now as I'm saying that. It will require you to get to the point almost of obsession to get there, okay? To achieve that, to drop into that reality, to bend the reality in your favor. This is borderline obsession. So if you don't want to live this life where you are just inside of mediocrity and inside of being just enough, or just okay, to not stir anyone's feelings or emotions, first step is to really sit down with yourself and get honest with yourself. Okay, this is the thing that people think like, yeah, I'm honest with myself. Why wouldn't be? But I dare to say that not many of us are honest with ourselves. At the end of the day, you have to be brutally honest. The honesty that requires you almost to the point where you are like in disbelief, like, really? Is this what I truly want? Like, was I living my life in a way that I felt like, yes, I'm being honest with myself, but perhaps you were not, because it's gonna strip away everything from you, all the lies, all the betrayal, all the neglect that was coming from you. And it's not a nice process, okay? So when I'm talking about being radically and brutally honest with you, I really mean it. It is brutal because it will strip away the things that you have been lying to your own self. Once you get to that and you find that inner fire, that soul mission, whatever it is for you, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just about this knowing, this feeling. You strip away all the layers and you uncover it. You then become unbothered by other people's opinion, okay? Because people will always come with their own advice. They will always tell you you are doing too much or not enough, or I don't know what. If you are obsessed with something, if you're obsessed with your craft, with your truth, with your something, and it comes from your soul, and you start saying that, showing that, creating that, putting it out there, it will steer people's emotion. They will not be comfortable with that. Why is that? Because you mirror to them what they didn't dare to do, where they didn't dare to go. This is natural, okay? This is going to happen. There is nothing you can do about it. This is how the human psychology and our psyche works. So if you come across people who are really triggered with what you have to say, do, or show, perform, I don't know, whatever it is that you are doing, this is a really good sign that you are on the right path. When you start creating ripples, when you start creating resistance, when you start getting people triggered, you are on the right way. You are on the right path. So you will have to face that and you will have to be okay with that, okay? So it doesn't matter what other people are saying or doing. What matters is what you know inside of your soul and inside of your being that this is true for you. That's all that matters. And you will come across people who will say that you are obsessed, you are too much, you are this and that. It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is you follow that inner fire, you follow that inner truth, no matter what. And you keep putting reps. You keep putting reps. And another thing is that reality will not catch up on you immediately, okay? So there will be a period of time where you will not have any proof of what you are doing or where you are heading is correct and right. So that's why you have to dial down deeply and really get the self-trust going, because that's going to be the only thing that will hold you through that period. And if you have someone in your life who is going to support you in this period, this is absolutely amazing, because you don't actually need that, but it's going to help you immensely, okay? It's going to help you immensely because there will be a lot of doubts coming up. But when you have someone who will be rooted there and say, yes, you got this. Yes, we are doing this. Yes, we can do that. Yes, you are on the right path. It's going to skyrocket your progress. So you just have to be really rooted in that, really knowing what you want and having this self-trust, almost to the point of obsession, like I said. And then, after you've done that and after you come to the other side and actually have something for a proof, then people will come to you and ask you, how did you do it? After saying, yes, you are too much, you are obsessed, you don't have any balance in your life, you are doing this and that, then they will come and ask you how you did it. So remember that no matter what, follow your inner obsession, follow your inner fire. Otherwise, you will end up mediocre. Otherwise, you will end up in this trap of balance. Okay? Follow that inner fire.